YouTube, what's going on? YouTube, what is going on? What is happening, man? Of course, your guy, one more time, DEDRICKHICKSJR, and now I'm back with another fragrance video. Smell good, family. Hopefully, everyone is doing well, doing great, doing fantastic. And as always, it's positive energy and it's positive vibes. It's positive vibes only. All right. So today we're talking a little bit of spring date night. All right. So all the spring content is off and running in the community, and I'm just here to give my recommendations, talk about some of my favorites, especially where I am in my journey. And quite honestly, I love when me and my wife get to go out during a spring evening or spring night. The weather is absolutely perfect. You get that, well, at least down here where I am, you get that beautiful, comfortable weather where it's not too cool, it's not too warm, it's right there in between. A lot of our favorite restaurants we like to go to that, there's a breeze coming off the water. Just very, very beautiful time. So I have 5 fragrances here that really define spring date night for at least where I am, and the things that me and my wife like to do when we go out and enjoy the evening. So making these recommendations because I think they're just exceptional and they're so fitting for the season that we are in, and that is currently spring. All right, so let's go ahead and tap in. Up first, man, spring in a bottle, summer in a bottle. You can kind of do whatever you want with this fragrance in the warmer months, but I specifically like the blend of this during the spring, late afternoon, early evening, from the House of Mind Games. We're talking Very from the House of Mind Games. Get that in focus right there. There we go. Very doesn't get talked about a lot from the House of Mind Games. As a matter of fact, I never see any conversation about it. And it is based on a beautiful citron, musk, leather, citrus, more citruses, I think it's like a grapefruit hint, ginger, which I love. One of the best combinations in fragrance is citruses and ginger, especially in the spring and in the summertime. This stuff is outstanding. It goes through a beautiful journey from opening to the mid and all the way to the dry down. For a fresher fragrance, fresher profile, this performs really good. Compliment magnet. So just imagine maybe you're going to get some seafood. You're sitting out on the dock, you and your love interest, or you or your spouse, whoever, whatever that person may be to you at this point in time in your relationship. Just imagine just being out on the dock, on the piers, having a nice, the seafood dinner. Drinks are flowing nice. You're just enjoying the breeze. Of course, daylight saving time just happened, so we get a lot more sunlight during the day going into the evening. And this is just a fragrance that will just complement that type of vibe. It just get a different type of feel for us where I am down here in the South, down here in Florida, Jacksonville. In the springtime, we like to get out right before it gets dark, enjoy that sunset. As the sun's going down. Things are just kind of happening, and it's very beautiful. There's places to go where it's a good vibe. And I'm not trying to make anybody jealous or envious who live in the Midwest and the northern, up north and things like that. I'm just kind of giving my experience. But this is a fragrance that I've done it, I've worn it. Seaside, sitting outside, water view, having some nice seafood from the House of Mind Games. Great spring time, date night fragrance. We're talking Very. Pricey, yes, but on discounters, this is the most affordable Mind Games of them all on discounts. I think you can get this one for around like $200, but you can also go and get a sample. Mind Games has samples, carded samples, see for yourself. One of the more simpler DNAs for Mind Games, but check it out and see. This is a great for the spring, and it can transition right into the summer. Use Dedrick 10 to save yourself 10% over Mind Games and see what Very is all about. Up next, a flat out classic in my collection. Flat out classic. This stuff is amazing. Admittedly, I haven't worn this in quite some time, but I will be. As a matter of fact, in the next week or so, I will be wearing this. because me and my wife are going out somewhere where this is going to be pretty much perfect. And you see no conversation about this fragrance these days, and it's a shame, because this is, man, if it ain't a 10 out of 10, it's a 9.5 out of 10 from the house of Chanel. We're talking Allure Homme Edition Blanche. Edition Blanche from the house of Chanel. Oh God, some people compare it to a piece of lemon meringue pie. The citruses, the vanilla, slight tinge of suede and leather in here as well. That Allure Homme DNA, but it's just on a magnificent level here. This is my favorite flanker of them all when you're talking about the Allure Homme DNA. To me, I put it over the Extreme, over the Original, Super Leggera, whatever flanker is out there, this is the best to me. Now for a while, and it still may be the case, you could only get this in duty-free areas, cruise ships, and Chanel's website. I've never walked inside of a Dillard's or anywhere and saw this available. Now, if you live elsewhere and it's there, probably so in New York, LA, those big time metropolitan areas where a lot of just traffic and stuff goes on, very popular areas, maybe this is in there, but I've never seen it in person anywhere except duty free and cruise ships. This is just one for a spring date night. It is delicious. It is gourmand. It definitely smells like a piece of like key lime, lemon meringue, something fruity, bit sweet, bit powdery, not overly powdery, complementary to that citrus and that lemon. Like I said, there's this leather suede touch that shows up in the mid into the dry now, just a little bit. This is a vibe. This is a vibe. I wish I could see how much juice I had left in here. I'd be surprised if I have, it might be a quarter. It's a light bottle. It might be a quarter left. And I got to get me a backup bottle. I got to get it on deck because I love this stuff. I haven't talked about it in a while on the channel, but let me tell you something. For a spring date night, when it's chill, when it's a vibe, oh my goodness. Check this one out from the house of Chanel. We have Allure Homme's Edition Blanche. All right, so the first two fragrances are really based on some chilled opportunities during the spring date nights. Kind of just, like I say, just trying to catch a vibe, have a good time, have a couple of drinks, have a good meal, and just kind of enjoy each other's company. But sometimes you might want to dress it up. Spring date night, dressing it up, going to whatever your favorite steakhouse, your hibachi, something where you're kind of sprucing it up a lot to make a statement. And this is the ultimate statement maker for this time of year, in my opinion. From the house of Kajal, we have, Lamar. Lord have mercy. Pineapple, red berries are running wild with the rose and vanilla amber combo here. This stuff is sexy. It is beautiful. The hype on this is definitely real. The hype on this is justifiable. When I first got this bottle about 2 years ago, I was wearing it out. This was the only fragrance that I wore on a date night all last spring. My wife loves this stuff coming off of me. So when we would go out on the spring evenings and spring nights, we went out, hung out with some friends last year to a specific restaurant. I wore this. She complimented and talked to me the entire time while wearing this fragrance. This stuff is absolutely phenomenal. Complimented me, just, you smell good, like over and over again. So I commit to wearing it the rest of the spring, and I will continue to do so. So we'll be bringing this out soon. Last time I wore this was for our anniversary dinner back in August of last year in the evening time. Worked really, really well. She loved it. But this is one of them ones. And we were dressed up when we went out. We were dressed up. We weren't wearing, the casual shorts and t-shirts. Nah, we were dressed up, going out to celebrate our anniversary. And this is my fragrance of choice during the summer. But in the spring, I feel this is where this one really, really, really shines. Again, pineapple, red berries, rose, vanilla. It's a winner for a reason, y'all. From the house of Kajal, we're talking Lamar for spring date night. Yes, sir. Beautiful bottle, beautiful, beautiful. Everything's beautiful about that. All right. Up next, this is a more fruitier take here. Silky smooth, fruity. It's almost like a rich champagne with like some fruit floating around in it. It's very refreshing, very beautiful, and it smells alive. Like the DNA is very energetic and coming out of a cold winter. And you know, what more do you want? Did I say that right? What else would you want than something vibrant and energetic? From the House of Plume Impressions, we're talking Pop Heart. Pop Heart from the House of Plume Impressions. Pineapple, apple, berries, vanilla. Absolutely gorgeous. Silky smooth. It's rich. The quality here is elite. Performance on this thing is stellar. And this goes back to just that vibe I was talking about for a spring date night. You're getting dressed, you know, y'all are just really relaxing. You're chilling. You know, you might have on a nice pair of jeans, you know, maybe a pair of white sneakers, maybe, you know, a nice dress shirt, something chill, casual, you know, t-shirt, something like that. Y'all might be, like I said, going out to maybe a seafood spot or a nice lounge or something like that where it's just a chill vibe. This is the type of fragrance. Preferably wearing this during the springtime because of that silky, fruity, almost velvety smoothness that comes with this fragrance. It's outstanding. The opening of this thing is incredible. And for a spring date night, this is very unisex. Ladies, you could definitely wear this as well. Looking forward to see how this plays off of my wife's skin. I know it's going to be killer, but very sexy, very clean, fruity, beautiful, smooth, perfect for a spring night. Perfect for a spring day. If you're going to brunch or something like that, absolutely perfect. Blend over to the summer as well, but this is one of those ones that no one talks about. There's not a lot of conversation, but you could tap in and see for yourself. And I think So Avant-Garde has these discovery sets, all that. Dedrick 20, save you 20%, and see for yourself. Plume Impressions is one of the most underrated houses in all of FratCom. In all of FratCom, they have bangers, and this is one for sure. From the House of Plume Impressions, for a great spring date night, date, or whatever you want to do, this will work. Pop Art from Plume Impressions. Plume Impressions, all right? And last but not least, Lord have mercy, the surprise of the spring for me last year. And I'd be remiss if I didn't mention this fragrance, because it was an absolute home run. One of my absolute favorites from this house. Tap In. I'm telling you, tap in. Another unisex treat here, but I love it. I mean, when you hear the conversations of it, you know, feminine. No. This was one of my most complimented fragrances during our date night run last year. From the House of Nazar Fragrances, we're talking Drip. Man, listen to me. Raspberry, white florals, and vanilla. Holy gosh. Goodness, man. Wow. Blown away by this fragrance. Another fragrance where my wife was almost in awe of just the sillage and the force feel of my fragrance that was just, you know, really amplifying the vibe. And I remember that night very, very clearly. We went out to one of our favorite Thai restaurants, sitting out on the water, beautiful lighting. You know, we ate good, we drunk good, we had a great time. And as the wind was pushing, she kept complimenting this fragrance. You smell really, really good. You smell really, really good. Wow. Drip is one of those ones. She loves it too. There's a body oil for Drip as well that she has. And she wears it and layers it with different things. And it's phenomenal coming off of her skin. But raspberry, Terrence does raspberry very well. Blended with the white florals and the vanilla, this stuff is outstanding. Super sexy, beautiful stuff here, and highly recommended. Unisex, Does it lean a little bit feminine? Sure. Creamy white florals, vanilla and raspberry. Yeah. But man, this is a fragrance where you gotta wear it and you can't let it wear you. And I wore this fragrance and it is an absolute hit when we stepping out, especially during the springtime for sure. Great stuff. Check out Nazar. I talk about them all the time. You can also save some money there as well by using King Dedrick 15 to save you 15% off and explore a unique fragrance experience with Nazar. I stand on that. I stand on that. And I encourage you to see for yourself. From the House of Nazar Fragrances, excellent for the spring. Ladies, tap in. Fellas, don't be afraid. It's not that risky. It's really good. We're talking Drip from Nazar. Drip from the House of Nazar. All right, so there you have it. Those are my 5 spring date night recommendations that I have for y'all. Springtime is a great season, that transitional season coming out of the cold, going into the warmer months. But man, at least where I am, we get some of the most beautiful weather, the best temperatures, the best experiences to be outside. Daylight saving time has happened. The sunshine is out and it's out and it's out. And these fragrances absolutely work. Gonna hold you down. You gotta do everything else though. You gotta be groomed, you gotta be dressed, you gotta do everything else. These fragrances can assist and quite possibly enhance the evening. Trust me. Y'all tap in, but of course let me know what are your recommendations for a spring date night. And can't wait to see what y'all got with it, all right? So until next time, be cool, be safe, take care of yourselves. Positive energy, positive vibes, spack it up, spack it down, spack it that thing all around. And remember, what you put out to this world is exactly what you are going to get back. All right? Appreciate y'all, man. Thank y'all for the love and support. Hopefully y'all enjoyed the video. Peace. Of course.